Jump back to 2006, a year when Renault F1 wanted to have another successful year. They won the championship in 2005 with Fernando Alonso, and he was back to give them another chance at glory. In order to have better results than Ferrari, Renault had to do something ingenious. What they came up with was a tuned mass damper. Tuned mass dampers, or TMDs, are commonly used in tall buildings where earthquakes are common. Essentially, what a tuned mass damper is, it's a weight that hangs by a spring inside the building. And so when an earthquake happens, and let's say the building sways to the left, this giant weight will sway to the right, which counteracts the movement of the building, and that keeps the building much more stable in the event of an earthquake. How did this work in the Renault R26? Well, think of the F1 car as a building. Whenever it swayed left, the tuned mass damper would sway right, and vice versa. That would allow the car to be much more stable through corners, have less body roll, and essentially keep the same amount of grip on all the tires as it went through a corner. That gave it about a 2 to 4 second advantage, it's estimated, through the corners. And not only that, but as it would go over bumps when it would run off the track, it would be incredibly stable compared to its competitors and its rivals, which would shake a lot whenever it would go over curbs and rough surfaces. Now the big question is, was it legal? Yes, apparently it was legal, up until the FIA decided it wasn't. When Renault was developing the tuned mass damper system, they went and they asked the FIA, is this legal? And the FIA said, yes, it's perfectly legal. So why was it banned? Well, it was banned under the grounds of it being a movable aerodynamic device. It clearly wasn't, but they had to think of some sort of basis for banning it because it gave Renault such a big advantage over the other teams. As soon as it was banned, Renault started to struggle. They wouldn't win any more races, but the lead that they built up at the start of the season allowed them to win the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship for Fernando Alonso that year by only 5 points over Ferrari. A couple years later, in 2009, there was a huge regulation shakeup in F1. Cars had to be simplified, with less aerodynamic devices sprouting from the side pods and narrower rear wings. There was one part of the regulations that gave one team an advantage though. Honda's F1 team realized that a loophole in the regulations allowed them to incorporate a double diffuser. To explain what a double diffuser is, we have to take a look at what a single diffuser is. Essentially, a diffuser transitions high velocity air under the car into low velocity air as it exits the underside of the car. That transition point becomes the point of lowest pressure under the car, meaning it produces the most downforce on all of the car. A double diffuser was a stacked diffuser, which incorporated more downforce than the single diffuser. 3 weeks before the 2009 season started, Honda pulled out of F1 for financial reasons, and the team was bought out by Ross Brawn, resulting in the new Brawn GP team. The innovations that Honda made were brought over to Brawn GP and their BGP001. The advantage of the double diffuser was clear from the first race. Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello took a 1-2 finish at the first race here in Australia, and another 5 wins after that. Button failed to win any more races that season, but Barrichello won 2 more. Other teams started to catch on to the strength of the double diffuser, but in the end, Button won the Drivers' Championship and Brawn GP won the Constructors' Championship. After the season ended, Mercedes bought the team and began their rise to what they are today. And the FIA banned the double diffuser, just like they do with every single innovation, and it was never seen again. Those were just 2 of many innovations which made their way into Formula 1. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Liking and subscribing help the channel out a lot, and I appreciate it if you spread the word about the unique content on the channel. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.